good. Let's create a marker for the start. And I think we're ready to go. Let me just make sure I don't have any windows in the wrong locations. All right, I think that works out. And let's switch over to main. Excellent. Okay. I'm trying a slightly different configuration of the main workspace here. I discovered, or at least I heard about the auto switcher scene, but I didn't get a chance to set that up with OBS yet. So I'm thinking about trying to figure that out for later this week. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll get a chance this afternoon to sort of lean into it more and get it figured out. But sometime soon. Florin is ba. Florin is a ba. Good morning. Also, two drops to get scored. That is good. I think I may have like the Dark Souls of drop games these days. It does seem pretty difficult. And also I knock things off when I hit the side. So, you know, nice. All right, I got everything all set up. Going here. Let's do a cargo run and see where we are. Right, we're on the right directory. CD into get the streamer game. So where we left off is we created this title here, get the streamer. And so we are going to continue working on the to-dos for this. Let's see if we can find it right here. We want to partition off the instruction area. So I'm thinking creating maybe some kind of like background rectangle that goes right underneath that, maybe a slightly different color to indicate that it's a different play area. It's not part of the normal play area. So let's do we can go into interface here for that. And I guess we're gonna want like the full, like the instruction area. And that's probably gonna be like a rectangle. And then I'm guessing we want just a full mesh for that. So maybe in instruction background, this could be a mesh. Which means that when we create the new interface, we're going to need to create that mesh here too. To create the mesh, we're going to need the mesh builder. It's going to be a rectangle, so we'll need a rect. What else do we need? I think we're going to need the draw mode. I don't know what else off the top of my head, so let's start there. Now we have context right here, so let's bring in context. All right, so let instruction background is a mesh builder new. Okay, so this is gonna be a rectangle. Okay, so our draw mode. We're going to fill with this. Our bound is gonna be this new rect. And then it's gonna be like where it's starting. So we know the end, like whatever the width is, I guess it's gonna be the width of this title plus this 10 here. So that's actually a good point. We should probably store that elsewhere right here. Bear Duda raiding with a party of 24. Thank you, Bear Duda, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I know I did get a chance to sort of kind of watch you a little bit before while I was sort of putzing around and trying to wake myself up and get ready for the stream. So sorry I wasn't able to like truly be involved there while you were streaming, but thank you so much for the raid. And how was it? I saw you were working on the app that you've mentioned here a few times. That's all you did for last hour's putz around? We putzed around a Rust code based, which is always nice. All right, so we have a rect new. What was I doing here? Well, I guess like let me introduce like what I'm doing. Because I forgot, like Bear, you were here I think when we started this. I can't remember. But we recently finished a project where I created a wrapper around Museum's Twitch chat crate, and now I have it so I can just drop it into any project, any Rust project I want, and it'll send me channel information about the stream, about like Twitch messages. So I'm integrating that into a game so I can read the Twitch chat messages and like do stuff. So I decided we're gonna make a chat versus streamer game where you're gonna drop things down, and I'm going to try to avoid them for as long as possible. And we'll figure out the sort of the game and see how to make it fun as we go along. Let's see, Barry, you knocked out the to-do list, issue list you wanted pretty quick. So then, you ran out of the predetermined things to do, and then it sort of got meandering-ish. Yeah, I've seen that. 715209. Good morning. The sky is falling, turns out it's raining chats. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Although I plan on having, I've been experimenting with pulling in some, what is it, little sprites and sprite images into GGEZ. So we're going to use those instead of my usual circles and squares and triangles. We're gonna make it look nicer. So what was I doing? I was figuring out what this sort of like margin was, and I think that should be this here. Let's do like a standard margin, which can be an F32. 10.0, which means I can use that here. So I want to start at the entire width. Well, okay, now at this point I need the full width and height. So let's do screen width, screen height. Okay, so we'll grab you in, and then I'm able to say I want the screen width minus the title dot. Oh, I can't get the dimension. I can't get the dimensions like out of there. I need to get them here. So let. What is it? It's gonna be like the title width, title height. If I get spell equals title dot dimensions, pass in context, and there we go. Okay, so all right, so we have the title width, the screen width minus the title width minus the margin. Okay, so that's only for like the start X. And then we need like the width of the entire instructions. So maybe like the instruction width. I wonder if I want to put that here, or if I don't even need to put that here at all. I don't know, it's a... Oh, I think I need that because the draw title, I need to put the text in down here. So the instruction width should be whatever you are. So you're an F32. You're going to be the title width plus the margin. Oh, you're a U32. So as an F32. Now if I do, okay. If I do that, then I don't even need this this margin right here. I could just do screen width minus instruction width. So okay, that's the initial X. And then the Y, we're gonna start with 0.0. And then I think it's the next location, right? Oh, then the width and the height. So the instruction width, and then the entire screen height. Okay, so that gives us that. And then what color do we want to give it? I need to bring in color. You know, this is a really good question. I don't know what color I want to use. Let's see, I can do a from. Isn't there a from, like, there it is, from RGB. This allows me to use U8s, which matches what like the rest of the world uses. And what color do I want? I want it to be dark. Maybe like a dark blue like this. Where's my dropper? Okay, so that nicely gives me hex for it, but of course we need to convert that over. We did figure out how to convert hex last time in code, but I don't really see a reason to like have to do that in code every single, like, you know, every single time we run it. I can just convert this to our RGB. Oh, you won't. Is that true? 8204, no. Oh, you can use a hex literal for U8 triplets. 0x. Whoa, I can do that for FFF, for white. I didn't think I could do that. I guess I could, oh, I could convert it to U8s, can't I? Ooh, I never even thought about that. So what is that, like UX, 0x, I already forgot what it was. 08204. Did I keep it? Ah, mouse. 08204E. Okay, so if I do this of like 0x as a U8, then 0x 20 as U8, 0x 4E as a U8. Oh, this is so much better. Thank you, Musean. Wait, I don't need to cast them at all? Like, I don't need to do that? I could just do 0x. Also, I didn't really check to see, was there a none? Was there another one like from? No, it's still RGB. 0xFF underscore U8 is the same as 255 underscore U8. It'll pick the right size. Oh, okay. So you don't need the underscore U8 because it knows from the function signature. So I can just do this like that. And it should work. Oh, that is such a nice thing. Thank you, Museum. All right, so that gives us our instruction background. Am I missing anything with it? Set the color, we give the rectangle. It won't let you do 0xFFF because that would be above a U8, right? Okay, so I have to do it like, I have to break it apart like this. But that's easier to do. That's pretty easy to do. That's awesome. Thank you. That's gonna be so helpful. Let's see. This is our mesh builder new. So right now, this does not give us what we want it to give. We have a rectangle. We have to build it. Hand it the context. And we're going to want to question mark that because that can return a result. And of course, that means we're not returning a result properly. So let's fix that. So in new, we're actually going to return a game result interface. Put instruction background in here, and then okay that. And I'm also missing all these other things. So we have title, instruction background, we're missing margin, and the instruction width. FFF is 4096 minus 1. I mean, I just Google it. I am terrible at math type things. So FFF, let's see, 0x FFF and decimal. 4095. Yes, exactly. You're right. Okay, so that gives me that. Margin, you need a comma. There you go. That I'm now getting my auto resizing things. Let's see. So that gives me the interface. When I go to draw the interface now, currently we're drawing the title. And then afterwards, we want to draw the, I want to draw the background for that. So let's see. We can have another function for this. This doesn't need to be public. Function draw. Gee, and people wonder why certain numbers are what they are. Just add an F and you'll know. Bit counting. Okay, so this is gonna be draw, like draw the background. So take in self, the context. Do I even need this screen width or screen height? I don't know if I do because the background in that mesh, we're actually keeping track of it. So I probably don't need that. But we will need to return a game result. And so let's go ahead and graphics draw, pass in the context. The drawable is going to be a reference to self dot the instruction background, and then the params, the draw param, and we'll just create a new one. That's also default. And I think that's all we have to return here for that. So we're going to draw the title, and then we're going to do self dot draw background. Okay, so of course that caused us to get some errors because now we need some new things with interface. Let's go ahead and change that here. in the interface, let interface new. We need to pass in. Okay, so we need to, when we create the game state, bring in context. And then we can pass it in here. And you also need in, oh, the screen size. Let's go ahead and create that here. And then interface, what are you upset about? Mismatch types, found it. Oh, right, because you are, you return a result. We're gonna need to change you to return a result, not a result, a game result that then has the game state. And we'll question mark you to sort of propagate that up. And then we should be happier, except of course, we need to return an OK here. All right, so that makes you happy, but of course, we now make main unhappy. So in main, we create the new game state. We pass in send to Twitch, receive from Twitch, and we also need to pass in, I believe, the context. To pass in context there, and then unwrap. Which game are we on now? We are making it the chat versus streamer game. So the idea is, and I erased the whiteboard for this, but we're gonna do something along the line of messages like fire like 3. Like that's the idea that I want. Something like that. And then that way we're able to, it drops like in the 3rd position down, and it drops the fire sprite, which then will like drop straight down, hang out on the floor for a little bit, and then disappear. And then if enough people in chat are doing that, I have to avoid and like jump around, and we'll see how long I can based on that. I think it might be a good like post-raid game to do too. We'll see. The more people obviously in chat, the better. Museum, you apologize for the churn between 0.11 and 0.12 of your crate, but the 0.12 rewrite was needed because you didn't like how complex the async await stuff was. Yeah, I actually like the more recent stuff a lot more, especially with the examples that are in the GitHub, like the main repo that are using small now, or just like not even small, just like the basic stuff, is a lot easier to follow and a lot easier to use. So I am eagerly looking forward to it being on crates.io. I think we joked about the simple example not being very simple. Yeah, unfortunately. Soon you'll add non-async examples too. Oh, sorry, Museum. I have link protection on. 0.12 is on crates.io. I know that. There was the alpha stuff, or like for some reason what I was trying to do. Oh, I was trying to follow the example type things, and it was requiring like the latest. And by latest, I mean like super alpha. So actually, that's kind of what I'm using behind the scenes. I wish I could like tell it. I wish I could tell it to like go out and like allow me to like turn on that link. Just like, just like I could do with like other mod tools. That would be really nice. I can whitelist links. What? Learning, how do I do that? Can I do that really easily? Probably not. Like nothing in Twitch's interface is easy to find. That I think. Maybe under moderation, the block hyperlinks. Yeah, I don't know how to. Yeah, I can just block them or not block them. I don't see a way to like reset it. Oh, okay. Maybe I have to have like a bot block them, and then it deletes the messages or something. Yeah, the alpha stuff was a big churn, basically 50,000 lines change with 3 soft rewrites until you like the new design. The new design that I'm seeing on like the master branch is looking amazing. I like it so much. All right. Where was I? We just created this. I just got it to the point where it technically works. It compiles. Let's find out what it looks like. Okay, that's a good sign. I'd have it backwards. I do not want the interface to be drawing the, where is it? That background first, last. I want it to draw it first, and then put the title on top of it. So, save. Maybe you are, maybe I was just like not able to get it from creates.io properly. I was, I don't know, I was having weird issues. Although some of that might be due to my VS Code setup with, there it is. My VS Code setup with, what is it? The Rust analyzer was like just causing weird stuff to happen with VS Code. I think Barry, you were here and you saw some of that where it was like injecting code every time I saved, and it would like just insert things, which was not cool. Okay, so this is good. I feel that I could. Okay, so maybe it wasn't you. It was somebody else. It was making me think that I was going insane. I had to turn it off. Oh no, you were here. Okay, you don't know what that was. You run into that sometimes too. It's basically Rust format running after I save. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I like that, so that way I can get, I can just write code wherever I want and it snaps into place. But, okay. I want my, I want this margin to affect on like the left and the right. So I want to change that just a tiny bit here. So my instruction width, I actually want plus margin times 2. And then that should make the instruction background double. And then when I put the text in place, I actually want it to be in the center of that entire thing. So let's see. We have the entire screen width minus the title width as an F32 minus, I think just self dot margin. Yeah, and then margin down. Let's see if that works any better. There you go. That looks a lot better. So we have get the streamer, name pending. Like we could change it if we think that it should be, you know, not quite as aggressive. Let's see. You don't know what was doing that. Well, I mean, it was Rust format, but you don't auto run Rust format. Like it inserts the formatted code 10 plus seconds too late sometimes. And VSC has its own undo stuff, which causes it to get really weird. You just don't like the text moving unless you want it to, so you format the keybind. Yeah, it does seem to be pretty rare for me too, except when it does happen, I don't know how to stop it. And so then I just have to like turn everything off, like everybody out of the pool. Okay, so we have this. I want like the instructions coming in next. Sort of like our first one we know is going to be the fire. Like we're going to use a fire sprite because I actually have a fire sprite. Control Shift C, reload. Yeah, I do that an unfortunate amount of time. So let's do like the instructions for what that's going to look like here. And I think actually what is on our okay, so we partitioned off you. Oh, show the flame command and the flame graphic. Okay, so that is what I'm working on next. So the flame command, let's do in the interface here, we'll do flame command. Do I want to do like it as this specifically? I don't know if I want to like actually have like a flame command. Oh wait, not part of game state. In the interface. Do I want like flame command like this? Or do I want maybe like the commands as like a vector or an array, and I can just loop through them and I just go down by the same amounts each time? I kind of like that maybe a little bit more. So commands, let's make just a vector of strings for right now. And are you really going to be a vector of strings, or are you going to be a vector of text? Let's see, with interface, we create you, so we're going to have commands next. Okay, so with our first command, I want a text new. I always need to do this like ahead of time so I can mutate it. Although if I create these once, I can just go through them as a loop and change it. So let's try this. This is going to be hash fire dash and then a numbers, like whatever like the column is. So column. I don't know if that's going to make sense. So if I just do something like that, we're going to make this mutable. I guess we could just print this out to begin with. So put commands in here, and then we're going to want a function to draw commands. Game result. Usually cause a trigger when you manually run cargo format all impatiently when Rust Analyzer is taking its time. I've heard that there is a way to like in VS Code tell things to, like run faster, not debounce, like change the debounce time, but I don't know what that is off the top of my head. Okay. Don't worry about that beep right now. Yeah, sorry about that. And I think Bear, you sent that to me on Discord. And that came out of, I think, over there. I don't think I have Discord running here. No, I don't. Okay, so draw commands. I want to loop through all that text and then just draw it to the screen. So we're gonna do for this is gonna be like a command text in self dot commands dot. Let's just be very explicit. Turn that into an. I mean, I don't need this. It still will. Actually, if I do this, it does make sure that it's a reference that I'm getting. Then I need to graphics draw. No, wait, drawable size. Draw. Hand it the context. Hand it the command text. And the draw. The draw param. The draw param. Okay, so this is gonna be fun. If I do for foo and reference bar, yeah, I go back and forth. I don't really know like which one I care about the most. Like, which ones do you all prefer? Like, do you have ones that you like use every single time? I mean, this one is very is much shorter, less words, and I've gotten used to seeing the reference keyword everywhere. You prefer iter and not using a for loop. Because you usually chain onto an iterator. Oh, because you're doing things like a map. There's no for each, right? In iterators. It's just like things like map. There is a for each? What? Hold on, let me try this. Let's do self.commands.iter .for each. You take in a closure, cool. So we're gonna take in each command text. And then for each command text, we want to do this entire graphics draw. Hand the context, hand it the command text, and hand it the draw param, new, I can't return a value from a for each. I don't think I need to, cause like the result, but I can just map collect into a result. Okay. I don't think I need to do anything. I don't think I need to return because I'm just calling graphics draw. This might work. Okay, so if let's say I don't even change the destination. Let's just see if this works. If I, here, semicolon there, and then return, okay, like that. Oh, but I can't use the question mark operator in a closure that returns nothing. Can I do this? Expected enum result found nothing. Type mismatch resolving as fn1s. Okay, yeah, it doesn't want that. There's a try for each that's newish. Wait, is that nightly only? Yeah, so I don't think I can use this for like the graphics like draw type stuff, which would be nice. And it'll return a result or error, but I bet So hold on, let's do a, what is that? A try for each. Okay, this function takes one argument, so it found it. So if I do a command text, so what do you expect back out of it? Let's do this. We'll then do our graphics draw, pass in the context this this command text and the draw param new. Can I? No, I can't question mark that. Now, what do you say? Standard result, which must be used. Okay, so then let's is this a, let's see, is it just normal result? It's a normal result, I think. Can I? Oh, okay. I could just do that. So then in this case, remove all that, and we'll just turn you. Yeah. There we go. It was that, it's stable, but it's like 1.27, so like super, super recent, but it's nice that it's stable. It's nice that I can now do something that is really cool and new like this, and it's unstable. I have like so many things that I go and look at and they're just nightly only. It was that semicolon at the end, but remove that, it figured it out, it converted it properly into a game result, and so now we have draw commands. So if we come back to here, we want to draw the background, the title, and then we're gonna do self.draw commands, and the context, and no errors. Let's try it. All right, so here's our text. What we can do is we could increase the size to be like readable for everybody else. Because I don't know about you, can you even see that? It's barely readable to me. So what are options for us here? When we're creating our new interface, we're creating our new vector. We can I actually do my like dot off of here? So turn this into an intermute and then map through this. Okay, so far working. With this, we're gonna take in this text. And I want to mutate the text and return it. I probably don't want to. I think I need to do this. So we're gonna get the mutable text. We'll then say text dot set font. And we're gonna have to do the exact same thing that we do up here. So we'll give it the font default. And a scale uniform, and let's just set this to like, I don't know, 35. Then we want to return the text, so that way we still get the text at the very end, and then we want to collect this. It's gonna yell at us saying it doesn't know what we want to collect it into. A value of type vect of text cannot be built from an iterator over type of elements. Mutable reference to text. The trait from iterator text is not implemented for that. Into iterator should, because I can consume it. Yeah, so into iterator, consume the thing, but that's okay. I don't need to keep this anymore. Then I change it. Cannot borrow text as mutable. It's not declared as mutable. So let's change that. And then we return the text after we mutate it. Basically, you're building a vector of reference to text with that collect, but I really want like the actual text. Okay, and then this works. Cool, thank you, Museum. And then we return that. So if I run this now, they should all be bigger. Okay, that's a good sign. And then I want to move them into the proper position. So when I draw these with the draw param new, I can give it a destination. I want it to move it to the right by a specific amount. That should be simple. I'm gonna do a dot destination, a point to new. The x, we're gonna have to figure out what our drawable size is. So we need the screen width and the screen height. So for the width here, we're going to start at the far right. So that's going to be our screen width. Then we're going to do the exact same thing we do with this draw title. We're going to subtract whatever this width is. So we have command text. Which means we need to get this. We need to figure out what this is first. So you get to here. And we're going to create that. Okay, so this is going to be our, I guess we could just do this like command text size. And text dot dimensions, and I think we have to hand it the context. So that gives us a tuple of U32s. Then we're gonna do, okay, so point to new screen width minus the command text size dot 0 as an F32. Minus the margin. So that gives us the X. The Y, however, we need to go down by however many we have in our commands multiplied by the index. Do I get the index for this? I don't think I do. Enumerate will give me the index. As part of this. So that's iter and then dot enumerate. And then, does that mean in try for each we get goes in here? Do I get the index? Usize and index. Oh, perfect. So we get the index and we get the command text. So then inside of here for index, for the y, oh, and it's a tuple, right. I need to do that. Okay, so then we're gonna take our index and then multiply that by whatever the height is of our, however much we like want to give space for this. And that we probably want to store up here because I don't really know what our size is going to be. So instruction, so we have like the instruction width is the entire width of like the instruction section. I want for like each command, maybe like a command height. It's going to be an F32. I could make this a, what are you? Where's my U8? You're a usize. So I could make you a usize, and then we'll convert it to F32 at the very end. So let's command height equals, I don't know, let's do like 150 to begin with. And then down here, we'll do index times self.command height. And we'll take this entire thing and turn it into an as F32. Museum just checked, is that LLD out? Large project that took 5 minutes 42 seconds before, took 3 minutes 14 seconds now. Ooh, on release. Release is where it really shines. That is good savings. Okay, so we're gonna draw this. This puts it down by a certain amount. So we have draw commands out. What are you upset about? Takes 2 arguments because I now need to pass it the screen size as well. All right, let's see if we put this in a quick spot. The answer to that is no, not at all. We do need an initial amount that we need to push it down. I need to push this down by like let's see. Whatever the initial like instruction width is, plus some probably like the margin amount. Maybe we can do command start. Do I want to do something like command start? That would be like the, yeah, I guess that could work. Command start at, and this will be an F32. If we do something like our instruction, our title, which we have the title height here. So let's do title height plus margin. Oh, you need to be as. Wrong one. Okay, so then let's store that away. Command start at, and then down here, for our y, it's going to be this entire thing plus self dot command start at. Okay, so that we probably want to like bring it down just a little bit more. Alex Clark Games, good morning. It is going pretty well. Okay, so I want a fire column. Okay, so if I want this like more centered and like maybe down a little bit further, I could just give it this title, start at, give it just a arbitrary, like, let's actually multiply the margin by like 4, just to bring it down. How exactly would we play against you in a game? You do things like, type this into chat. So it'd be like pound fire slash and then a dash a column. I'll have column names across the top here, and that would spawn in like a fire. The fire would drop down to the ground, and I would be at the bottom using like A and D and probably like space to like be able to jump and move left and right and try to avoid everything dropping down on me. And then I would add in several other things that you could use as well. So that way it's not always fire. It could be, you know, gems or, you know, blades or whatever sprites that I happen to have in my collection that looks good for this, I can throw in here. So that's the idea. And it's really all a test to be able to get the Twitch chat inside of a GGEZ game. And in a way, I have Twitch chat running in a thread. And so they're completely separated, but also sort of working together, which is pretty cool. Do you get a bonus points if you use famous chess openers? 1d4, d5, 2c4. If I use D, let's see, like fire d4. I don't know. That would be interesting. We could do like a if you use like a certain chess opener, something pops up or something like that. I don't know. Often with my games, I'm sort of like, I kind of have a plan, but I'm also making it up as I go along. Have some hidden commands you don't display on screen. That would be interesting. And then you're all trying to figure out what's going on. That could definitely be good. All right, so what am I doing here? What's going on? I want to make it centered on the screen. So when I draw the chat command, I do have the width of the actual command. I need to bring it over into the middle of the instruction width. So here we have our destination point new, so it's going to be screen width minus the command text size, minus self.margin, and then minus the half of, is that right? Minus half of the self.instruction width divided by 2.0. That might be, yeah, okay. So I need to be a little bit more, minus half of the text width. That's what I need to do. So, okay, so screen width minus this, minus instruction width. So I really want you, text size 0 divided by 2. Do that first before I cast you into an F32, and then do our subtractions for that. So then run. And that puts you right in the center. So perfect. Let's see. As for the sync runner, your goal is to make it usable from a game style event loops, for example, Godot. Do you pronounce it Godot or Godot? I'm sort of like trying to figure out what the proper pronunciation is, and I haven't figured it out yet. So in your pull draw whatever method, you just call runner.pump. or something, and you do one step and drive everything. To like get the next chat message essentially. Are you talking about? Right now, what I have is in my main. Let's go find that. I'm creating two channels. So I have send to game and receive from game, and I'm sending them into my Twitch chat wrapper. And so every time I receive a message, it's sending that into the channel. It's actually creating like a chat message struct, sort of like taking that in from like the tags struct that you have, just only storing what I care about, and then sending that into the channel. So I can then receive those, which currently I'm just debug out. So I can actually see these coming out, and I can see the color, the name, and the message. Also your display name, if you have one. And so we can maybe do some interesting things with those. But like this so far looks like it's gonna work pretty well. But then again, I don't know how like Godot or Godot how would want to use it. Basically every single frame I'm checking to see if there's a message and like grabbing it out. Okay, so what was I doing? We have our text in there. If I wanted to create another one, it should just show up nicely, right? So if let's say we have this fire column, I could create another one. Text, new. The only other thing that I have is, for example, I have like a purple gem, and I have a flower. I have a dancing flower. So we can do flower dash column, like that. Hit save, and this should now show up properly on screen in the correct spot. So then we'll have the little fire icons showing here and like the flower icon showing here. So perfect. Now, of course, we need to display those, but that will probably be in a different section of the app. So we have show the flame command plus the flame graphic. Let's actually break this out. And we have the flame command being showed. Okay, showing the flame graphic. Is this currently going to be open source? Absolutely, it is. And I actually have in Bang repo, there is a link to the game there, so you can go see it. I haven't pushed like this code up to GitHub yet, but I usually do that like very shortly after I finish the stream, as soon as like, you know, my stand-ups and all my morning meetings at work are done. So within a day sometime. So if I want to have the flame graphic, I'm gonna want to probably just use like whatever. What is that? Is that broken for you? Oh no, it's broken for me too. Hold on, let me fix that really quickly. GitHub.com. There's that. What did I miss? HTTPS. GitHub.com/brooksbuilds, get the streamer game. Wait, did it put a period in that? Oh, it's including the period. Yeah, okay. That's fun. That's just like inserting into Twitch chat. Because if I do this exact same thing and I put a period in there, same exact problem. So Twitch chat is having fun with that. Yeah, I'll remove the period from that tonight. Don't need to save that. Need to come back to you. All right, so flame graphic. How are we going to end up doing this? Well, in get the screamer in targets, debug. I think there's our resources here. Maybe it's, no, it's not build. I think it's just the resources is where it would end up going. Let's actually start trying to like load it up, and it will yell at us that it doesn't exist. And then I think that actually creates the folder that we need. And so how are we gonna do this? I want an enum that has the graphics, like the images that we're going to use. So let's go ahead and create under source a new file. We'll call this the images, sprites, like probably sprites. And let's go ahead and mod it. All right, so public enum sprites, and this is going to be we're going to have a flame. I'm calling it flame or fire? Fire. Okay, so we're going to have a fire, which is going to be a tuple that holds the image. So this is going to hold an image like that. Let's do, if I want to create the fire, I guess like this is another question is, do I probably don't actually need, I don't actually think I want to do this as an enum. I probably want to do this as a struct, so it can hold the fire and like recreate that and just like place it over and over and over again. So I probably want this to be a struct, hold all the sprites. We'll have the fire, which is an image. We'll impulse sprites. I'm almost certain we're going to need a game result for this. That was my Slack. It hasn't made its way to my watch yet. Oh, no, we're definitely going to want to return a sprites for this. And we're probably going to want to take in a context. Can't imagine we're not going to need it. Okay, so we're going to want to load an image into this. So let fire sprite equals, I think it's image new. Pass it, okay, so pass it a context. And then pass it a path, which is going to be, I think, slash, and then let's just do like fire.png. And what do you return? You return a game result self. Okay, so I can just do question mark like that. Save you. You don't immediately pop up there with anything. Let's go ahead and store this away. So we're going to return it OK. Fire sprite like that. What are you? You're an image generic. And you were expecting... Oh, let's just make you fire. Okay, so that makes you happy. In the main library, let's store these away. Okay, so this should give us an error because we don't have everything working, obviously. Like, I don't have any sprites there. So it should tell us, yep, here it tried to find it. Did it put the folder in that I need? So get the streamer, we have target, our debug mode. It didn't put you there. It's looking inside of target resources. So target debug resources. So let's create that. And then I need to launch Notion. Oh, it popped up with assets. Perfect. I realized that if I'm paying for Notion, I can actually use them as like an asset store. So where's my fire? Here's my flame. This is actually a GIF, so I don't think it's appropriate for here, but here's a PNG. So I need to download you. And that's, okay. I'll download you directly into that area. So documents, code, Brooks builds, workspace, game, target, debug, resources, straight into there. So here we are, this lovely large flame. We're probably gonna not want to use like a pure image, but like a sprite. Oh, what is it? Like the sprite sheet thing where I can like cut up the image into little bits. I don't want that. So you are large flame.png. So under sprites here, let's change you to large flame.png. We'll save you. We'll rerun. Still not found. Large flame.png. Inside of resources. You're there. Do you not want a leading slash? No, you... Okay, so large flame.png, you didn't find that. I got this working in one of the other ones. I might need to like figure out what I did before. I didn't misspell this, did I? No weird spaces in a name. Here, let's Try copying you. Do I have to tell it resources? I didn't think I needed to. I may need to go like look up my what I did in the other one. Let's see. // tells you to go to the root. I know in GGEZ it's a little bit weird because it doesn't actually go like it doesn't go to like the root, I don't think, but I could be wrong. Let's find, okay, so game design patterns, the GGEZ runner 2. I think it was meshes. Yeah, okay, so here I did like player standing, image new, context, and I just did /bunny2 stand. And I think we dropped those into the resources inside of the target debug. It should probably work without the slash. One would think. But of course I don't have the target stuff here because I removed all that. If I do no slash, yeah, it can't find it, and we can see that it's trying to find it inside of target debug resources. So it's trying to find it inside of target debug resources. You're in resources, right? Yeah. Did I misname? Did I not name that correctly? RESOURCES. Maybe /. We could try that. Like every time I do this, it causes, like, it confuses me the way that the paths work here. Do I need to put it not in debug, but like somewhere farther in? Like where does the actual, where's the binary going? I'm actually not seeing the binary. Saying get the stream. Oh no, wait. Okay, resource not found. Looking for large frame.png in users, SE grid, documents, code, Rux build, Rust workspace, target, Rust workspace, target, debug resources. Hold on, this is the wrong resources. I need to go into this target, debug. Here's my, okay, this is where it needs to be. Oh, look, and it did create, okay, hold on. Cancel that. Look at this, it created a resources for me right there. Yep, move you. Cargo run. Oh, right, let's remove this dot. Save. And now this works. Okay. That's fun. It's because I'm in a workspace that I'm running into these problems. So now if I wanted to like draw this sprite out, we have the sprite's fire like that. let's just draw it out because I'm reaching the end of the stream. So let's just draw it out right here. We'll do graphics, draw, context. The drawable is going to be a reference to self.sprites.fire. And then, do I have any draw params in here? I don't. Graphics, drop param, new, and we'll just leave it in the top left. Save that. You need to be public if I'm gonna do this. And there is our sprite in the top left. So obviously we need to probably use like a sprite sheet and cut the image up into little tiny pieces, but at least we've got the sprite into the system. And then I'll be able to have some system to like loop through all of these and place it right here, which will be nice. But we figured that out. But that being said, it's 8:25. It's time for me to unfortunately get to work, actually do my day job, get paid so I can continue to do these streams, by having internet and food and all that, electricity and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and push, let's see, let's quit all of this stuff. Make sure there's nothing unsaved. Let's go ahead and push this all up to GitHub. Yeah, that looks good. So, starting to draw these sprites. And I'll go ahead and push. So once I fix the location in the bot, we'll actually get like the good URL. However, the one I shared before will be fine. If you're watching the VOD, also put a link to the GitHub repo in there without, and it should work, hopefully. And so with that, let's figure out, anybody on the Rust team? Mr. Halsey is streaming. Let's go ahead and set up a raid on Mr. Halsey. I need raid, Mr. Halsey, start that, and back to you. All right, with that, I am switching over to my ending screen. I'm doing these streams every single, I got that muted. I'm doing these streams every single weekday morning at around 7 a.m. Mountain Time for about an hour and a half or so. And then on Sundays, I'm doing a Introduction to Rust tutorial that we're going to be deploying out over the coming weeks and months as we sort of build that out. Anyways, if you're enjoying this content and you want to see more, please give me a follow here on Twitch so you get those notifications. Or you can follow me on Twitter so that way you can get notifications there when I go live as well. And with that, I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you